he was the first, offensively, the first great player in Steeler history. Joe Green would have been the first great, in my opinion, the greatest defensive person in Steeler history. Franco stayed in Pittsburgh, built his company in Pittsburgh, was a community giver, loved and adored by all the Steeler fans who saw him all the time. And that's, you know what, Rich, I was talking to Mike Wagner yesterday, and I said, golly, Mike, you know, if I have one regret in my life, I wish I'd have been a better teammate. And Mike said, well, you were there way before the other players got there. You stayed after everybody. You know, you don't be so hard on yourself. And I don't know, Rich, why I said that. And now I lose one of the greatest teammates I ever had. I mean, easily one of the greatest teammates I ever had. A guy that constantly was picking me up. A guy that believed in me. You know, I love you, Brad. And he would stutter sometimes. I love you, Brad. And I used to make fun of him all the time. You know, the Immaculate Reception.
Yes.
The reason he caught the ball was he was supposed to block. The play was 66 circle option. He was to stay in and block, and he drifted to the left, and he didn't block anybody. And I move out of the pocket, and he was taught under Joe Paterno at Penn State, because I asked him this 2 weeks ago. I said, why did you go to the football? How'd you get there? He said, he's laughing when he told him, but he said, Coach Joe Paterno told us that when the quarterback throws the ball, run to the ball. And he said, when you threw the ball, Brad, I ran to the ball, and the ball, there was the collision, and the ball came to me, and I just reached down and grabbed it. So, you know, while I made fun of him for not blocking, he made up for it by running to the ball and making the catch. Then, of course, the controversy and the play 50 years later. Did he not touch? Who knows? And that's what makes it so great.
Well, I mean, and Terry, and I'd be remiss if I didn't use the few minutes I have with you left here to delve deeper into this. At the time, though, in real time, as it was happening, the question of the moment wasn't whether Franco plucked it out of the air or off the Three Rivers turf.
Right.
It really was whether the ball hit Jack Tatum, because if it didn't, if it hit Frenchie Fuqua and it went into another offensive player's arms on the carom, it would have been illegal on the spot. So what was happening from your perspective in the moments after Franco hit the end zone?
When I threw the ball and got hit and I hit the ground, I heard the roar. And I knew it was a touchdown. It's no question it was a touchdown. And I got up, and you know, everything just went crazy. And I'm all of a sudden, I started asking questions. You know, who caught it? What happened? Because I didn't know. I didn't see it.
Unbelievable.
And then they were telling me, you know, the ball, Frenchie had hit Tatum. Tatum bounced off his shoulder pads. Franco got the ball, caught it out of the air, and ran for it. You know, I didn't really get all of this until we got into the locker room.
Right.
And I was just, you know, now come again on what happened? And how many cameras are you going to have Saturday night at this game?
Right.
How many tape machines are you going to have? And they got high def. And today's game, you would be able, Rich, to break that thing down to the last frame from every angle in the world and go, oh, look, it hit his little finger. Therefore, it's not a complete pass. And I think the thing, because for all your listeners out there, the ball had to be touched by the defense last before we could take possession if we got a bounce off. And that's the question wasn't whether or not Tatum hit it. There's no question he hit it. He hit it because the ball came back too far. The question is then, when he hit it, did it go through Frenchie's hands? Because Frenchie was reaching out to catch it. So there's no way the ball would have hit his hands and gone back 20 feet, 20, 30 feet, whatever it was. It had the impetus had to come from Jack Tatum. But it could have easily gone through Frenchie's hands. So we're never going to know. And I tell people, the greatest thing about the 70s was how physical the game was, and how when the referee made a decision, everybody would scream and holler and jump and boo and want to annihilate this official. We have time, we have replays. Let's go to the camera, indisputable evidence. We got it all. Now we try to get a perfect game. But that play and that controversy and the hatred of the Raiders for the Steelers and how they got jilted out of a chance to play Miami and go to the Super Bowl was what made, I think, the 70s, the Steeler rivalry with the Raiders, a must-see, a must-watch contest. And it made the NFL great, as opposed to now we have basically as close to a perfect game, as we can get. So I'm thankful for the Immaculate Reception, and I'm thankful for all the heartache it caused Raiders, and bless his heart, John Madden. But it has served the NFL well.
And it's the greatest story any quarterback can ever tell of his first career playoff touchdown pass as well. That's it.
And listen, Rich, I like to tell people when I was laying on the ground and I heard the roar, I'm laying there going, "You son of a gun, you did it! You did it under duress. You fired that baby down there, and I don't know who caught it, but boy, I'm a hero to millions. I'm probably going to make $12,000, $15,000 this offseason to go with the 30 I just made for the year. Man alive, a hero to millions. There'll be books. There's going to be a movie about it. I'm going to be so you just build it up, and then you stand up and find out, what? It did what now? Where? It hit who? Oh, it did hit him. Oh, my God. Oh. It's just a good story, man.